Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at the database question of May 2024. It's biology SL paper and it's on topic ecology. So here in the database question, it's talking about the nutrient cycle and the interaction between trophic levels. So the studies were done to compare fish community structure and the dynamics between the temperate and subtropic Uruguay and Denmark. Now these are different organisms are given, okay, and the information about the organism is also given here. Now draw a food chain of 4 trophic levels for the lake. So you have to add first, it's basically information that you should able to identify the trophic levels, like what is macrophyte. It is given already, good thing that it's an aquatic plant, is microscopic animal. So this one is aquatic plant. You can see this is tropic level, eat plants and animals. So this is a microscopic animal, eat other fish. So from here you get the information that which tropic levels the organism falls in, and you can just pick any one. So why this is 2 mark? One is for the food chain. We are talking about the chain and not about the web. So you can pick any of the chain here, that producer algae, any of these 3, consumers, any of these fish, then omnivores fish, which is already given here, eating plants and animals, or the eat other fish, piscaceous fish, consumer 2 and consumer 3. Now the names of trophic levels are not required here, only draw a food chain, but the arrow, when you're making the arrow, should be in correct direction. So this should be in this direction and you get 2 full marks. Now suggest one way that fish can increase the nutrient content in shallow lakes. So how in general, this is again is a general information question, and it is only 1 mark. But if I show you the mark scheme, it is having a lot of point to whatever waste product. The waste product of can be the nutrients, and CO2 is increasing the nutrient contents. Now why we are saying CO2 as a nutrient content? Because it can be utilized by the plants. The dead and decay fish definitely will break down into the nutrients, and the fish that eat flies and bring matter into the lake. So when they eat flies, they work as then breaking down the nutrients and adding to the lake. So any 1 point is giving you a good any of these points. Now next question, there is the same 2 temperate and subtropical lakes are taken. There are now different species are put at temperate and subtropical levels, and it is about the fish density or the number of individual fishes per meter square. Okay, distinguish between fish communities in the temperate and subtropic level, which is an easy question because distinguish is just differences. And by now you should know how many difference you have to give, only 2, because it is a 2 mark question. So you can look at the fish density is always more in subtropic and less in temperate, which can be 1 point. You can talk about the range, which can be another point, less fish density. And if you look at all the species here and here, they all subtropical species are different and temperate species are different. So I have given you 3 points, but mark scheme having so no common species, more dense population. You can see it is until 250 275 per meter square, and greater number of species, more species present. Any of these 3 points you can give. Here you no need to give the precise numbers because it's just the difference distinguish. Second question, they are asking you to compare and contrast the mean length of fish found in 2 type of lake. Now you have to write down the one similarity to get a mark and one difference. So again, you can talk about the mean fish length. You can see subtropic level, mostly the fish length is, except you see this is very high. The range of the species in subtropic is more, that can be in differences. And then you can talk about one similarity out of this. So it has, both lake have fish, which different variables, length, all lengths, wall, it is also 0 to 8, this is also 0 to 8. This becomes a similarity. Now when you are writing down difference, do not leave your answers incomplete. For example, that the smallest fish was found in temperate, while this you have, because you're comparing with subtropic, it is good to give the specific smallest fish, and range is greater in temperate lake compared to the subtropical. The average length of fish in subtropical appear to be, estimate the mean length of fish with greatest density. So you have to look at both graphs. So you look at the first graph. The species which has the greatest density is this one, C. decimaculatus. So we will come back here and we look at this here and we see what is the mean density. So mean density for this is around 1.8 and the unit is centimeter. So 1.8 centimeter. As we accept the uncertainty for one decimal place, this can be 1.9 or 1.7. Next question, daily sample were taken in the number of species, and among there are two, among floating plants and submerged plants, both type of lakes in order to their preferred habitat. So there are three varieties are given based on their eating habits: piscivores, planktivores and omnivores. Identify the habitat in which greatest density of omnivores were found. So greatest density of omnivores is here and here, and we are looking at the habitat, so it should be subtropical. 1 mark, good enough. Based on the information presented, suggest a reason for the following. Planktivores are found in larger density than piscivores in both habitat, in both type of lakes. So we can see, yes, this is more than this, and here is also, this is more than this. So we know, we have the information from the first part here, that what are the eating habits of, we are talking about piscivores fish eat other fish, means they are carnivores, and omnivores fish eat plants and animals, so this is omnivore. So you can look at the tropical level, third tropical level, second tropical level, but here you can give some general information, and we look first how many marks. It's only 1 mark question. So what as a mark scheme is given, that based on that piscivores may be larger in size, less density possible, and planktivores may have more food sources. If anything is more, definitely food sources or resources are more. Planktivores at lower tropic level or higher tropic level you can talk about. So general information, less energy available for, because piscivores are the next tropical level, so being the higher tropical level, less energy available, so less number. So first point that comes in mind, I think, is the C, which is the theory part as well, after getting the information of the eating habits, and then other things also can be correct. The smaller fish are more abundant than among submerged plants than among floating plants. So what could be the reason? Again, this one have the other valid points also accepted in this case as well. So you can see more places to cover for them because they are submerged, more food available, abundant means resources are more, more breeding size, they could reproduce more. So very general answers are accepted here as 1 mark. Now next, another graph is given where depth of a disc given. What is the purpose of this sachet disc is to check the transparency of water. So more the distance covered, water will be more transparent. Greater depth then correlated, and then it is correlated with the number of fishes or species found in 2 type of lakes. So you can see the number of species and the depth of disc in 2 different locations. Now discuss the relationship between the number of fish species found among plants and water transparency. So you can see this is very much clustered around here, so not affecting much in the temperate one, and this one is changing, means in subtropic. So this could be one of your point, that in temperate water transparency seems to be not affecting, and in subtropic the number of species increasing with increased water transparency. And then because it is the question of discuss, you can give another point that more clear or transparent water allow the greater productivity. So you can see first point is given, does not seems to affect the number of species, more increase with number, and then clear transparent water allow greater productivity. Is it clear? Now based on all information, predict one effect on global warming. This is only 1 mark. Many points again here will be accepted because we are talking about global warming. So change in fish species number, some species will survive, some will die, new species might able to survive more. Omnivores present. If you look at the just one prediction you can give. Then fish size, biomass, you can talk about that from the initial part of your question. Fish may change, increase in size or depth, that also you can look from your question. So any valid point is accepted, but we don't accept answer that refer to a single population, because definitely it needs to be global warming, so it can affect on a major